you give us the finger? Oh, he gave us the thumb. We are good to go. Sam gave us the finger thumb, so we're live.
It's officially live
Official,
right now.
It's officially
Hello,
official.
everybody.
Hello, David. I'm Daniel.
Oh, hi. Hi, Daniel. I'm David.
Yeah, this is Crossword Wordcast.
It's a crossword puzzle word podcast.
Yeah, it's Crossword Podcast. What we've done is we've taken the word crossword and the word podcast, and we've crossed them.
Right.
We've mixed them up. It's fun. You can do all kinds of fun stuff with words. We're missing our lovely Lindsay tonight. She's away. Might be away for a little while. Just got some other projects taking up a little bit of time, but she'll be back, no doubt.
And also, whenever I'm off the show, it's because I have other projects that are getting in the way too.
Exactly. So, David, how have you been? How have your last couple weeks been?
The last few weeks have been excellent, Daniel. I should say this hasn't been announced on the podcast, but by now I can say that I am, as of today, a father of 6 weeks to a young son.
Yay!
And it was the reason I might have missed. Yeah,
you only missed one episode. I mean, we've been skipping a few.
Sure, 1, 2, skip a few, 99, 100.
Yeah, busy season.
So that's my. You ask how things have been. That is how things have been.
Yeah.
And it's been a wondrous experience, just like you might imagine it is for a brand new experience for a few different people. It's fun.
Sure. Well, massive congratulations! I'm sure our listeners and our streamers, they just are so delighted at that news. So good on you.
Yes, thank you. And it's fun to share with the listeners. It's a fun bit of news to share with every member of my family and all of my friends. Each new individual that I share the news with, it seems like to them it becomes a very important piece of news to celebrate, and I get to celebrate it every new time with each new person. It's like this amazing blossoming of joy. It's like overjoy happening all around all the time.
That's big.
Yeah.
Well, I'm overjoyed that you're overjoyed.
Thank you.
And let's try and do a nice tight session tonight, so you can get back to little baby, baby B.
Yeah,
baby B.
There are diapers to replace and change. There are bottles to clean and to refill and to administer.
Yeah, I can only imagine how many diapers there are to change. But
so should we jump into the show?
Well, jump in. Let's do our due diligence. Let's go around the board on all of our usual segments.
Yes, of course. Let's move through and do what we do.
Let's start with a buzz by this week instead of return port. I'm going to make a little change there because I'm ready to crack it.
Okay, me too. Should we do a simultaneous crack?
Oh yeah, let's
over here by the microphone.
Yeah, hold on.
On your mark, on my mark.
Get set.
Go.
Oh yeah, can's definitely much cooler sound than a bottle.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. I was a little surprised to see that you had a bottle.
Well, this beer, you can really only get it in bottles here.
What do you have there? Yeah, tell us about your beer, Daniel.
So I have a Hoegaarden, which is a wheat beer. And it's brewed. It's imported. It's a Belgian, a Belgium beer. Not to be confused. It's not a Belgian. Excuse me. It's a beer from Belgium.
So it's actually a Belgium beer.
It's a Belgium beer.
But it's not a Belgian ale necessarily.
Correct. You could say it's a Belgian beer, but it's not a Belgian ale. And it's a wheat beer brewed with coriander and orange peels. I'm gonna take a sip.
Coriander and orange peels. That sounds fun.
Recording in progress.
Okay, hold on.
Recording stopped.
Gotta record.
Recording in progress.
There we go. Thank you. Welcome to Crossword Wordcast. We're catching you up. We're on our Hogarden. I'm on my Hogarden beer.
Your Buzz By.
It is my Buzz By. David, what's your beer?
Okay, I've probably had the last couple beers I've brought on the show are from Templin Family.
Oh yeah,
TF Brewing.
Yeah.
This is a small batch beer that they, occasionally they'll just announce it and release it. You can't see it. Oh, there we go.
There you go. Yeah.
And it's kind of got this snow pattern on the outside.
That's a tall boy.
It's a tall boy. That's a good thing to point out.
Just like
it's
your baby
a
is probably
high point. It's a high point tall boy, so this might get a little. It might impact my solving skills here. We'll see what happens, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's called a Holla Haze. Kind of a play on words there.
Pretty hazy ale.
It is hazy, but it's not.
Not an ale.
It's not essentially hazy. It's because the title of this is a Juicy India Pale Ale.
Oh, okay. There we go.
So,
yeah.
There you go.
Well, that's tasty. I like it. It sounds tasty. You like it?
I do. Yeah.
You've been drinking.
A friend recommended these small batches that they release. It seems like they put a lot of attention into them, and they're very pleasant, flavors and.
You know what
cheers.
I wished I had in the house to be drinking tonight is there's some holiday brews from Red Rock Brewing. It's their like holiday ale, and it's very tasty for the season.
Like spices are in it.
Yeah, some great spices.
Cinnamon,
clove,
nutmeg, clove. Got to be that clove.
Yeah, I don't know if there's nutmeg. Maybe.
I was just maybe I was
throwing
wrong
out
to
spices
mention
there. Yeah.
nutmeg.
Okay, well, so let's do our next section, shall we? That's our Buzz By.
That is our Buzz By.
It's a flyby Buzz By, and now we're gonna return and report on previous week's art sections that we maybe have had a chance to go back on. So the last episode we did, December 2nd, 2021, I talked about the French Dispatch, which you had already seen.
I had already seen.
So no need. Only return and report I'll say is that I am thrilled, beyond thrilled to say that it is now purchasable. So I fully plan to purchase a streamable version and watch it.
Of the French Dispatch at home?
The French Dispatch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and look at this in the chat on Twitch. We're on Twitch and YouTube live.
Yeah.
Mr. Fenspen.
Oh, the great Fenspen.
The great Fenspen.
Ryan Koch is his Buzz By.
That's right. So cheers.
Well done,
Thanks
Fenspen.
thanks
cheers
for joining us. Yep.
Yeah, right to you, wherever you may be. Austin, probably.
Yeah.
One might assume.
So then Lindsay talked about Dope Sick, and I'm going to have to report that I've now watched 4 episodes of Dope Sick.
Ah, wow. Dope Sick. So, and return, now that you've returned, report back how it is.
Very enjoyable, a bit frustrating to watch because of the characters sometimes and the choices they make. It's like, it's pretty like disheartening, Yeah. But then there's also characters that are making good choice or that are trying to do the right thing, and I think it's sort of building up to this ultimate trial. They're kind of flashing back from the trial to show you like how everything is going along over the course of 10, 15 years from when they first launched OxyContin to when they finally started taking depositions and prosecuting them. So can recommend as well. And I'll get around to finishing it soon enough, but there's been too many other things,
I thought you were going to say I'll get around to Jeeves and Wooster.
Oh yeah, Jeeves and Wooster. Like I said, I've seen a few episodes of. I haven't watched any of it since you recommended.
Or no.
The book.
I guess
read the
and
book.
my recommendation for you particularly was reading the book.
Oh, the audio
of
or
the wordplay. Yeah, whatever format you want it, and the wordplay is something you particularly will enjoy. I think.
Well, thank you, David. I do enjoy a bit of wordplay. Okay, so that's our last week. That's enough return report. And,
I think so.
So let's just say before we jump into it, we thank producer Sam, who's on the boards, keeping us streaming live and looking nice, and produced by Sultan Studios. So thank you kindly, out of Salt Lake City. And any other housekeeping, David, before we launch in?
Well, maybe just for newcomers to the show, we can let them know we're about to solve the puzzle. It's going to be today's New York Times puzzle, probably Thursdays usually, and then after we solve, we're going to pass through the words we didn't know and look up their etymologies. And after that segment, we're going to close with our arts section that we eventually will come and return and report about later. And the arts section today will be us sharing something we've been consuming recently.
Indeed. Okay, well, let's launch in. We're going to give ourselves
Please.
1 hour on this, not this one, but on the Thursday, December 16th.
By Trenton Charlson.
Yeah.
December 16th.
Mm-hmm. And, that's kind of a fun pattern.
Right off the bat, it's a fun pattern.
It's got a 4x4 square dead center that is gray, light gray boxes. And should we go straight to trying to?
It's also a little wide. It's 16 wide.
Oh,
right.
Yes, you are right. It's normally 15 wide.
Yeah, and then I think.
And it's not square.
It is square. It's 16 tall also. So
okay.
I believe it's 16 by 16, and that gray thing in the middle is 16 by 16. Usually they're 15 by 15. I think
the gray thing in the middle is 4x4.
Yeah, 4x4. Yeah. Sorry. And then otherwise there's a kind of a spiraling butterfly pattern. 14 by 16.
Yeah, it's not square. I've never seen a puzzle like that. Certainly not in the New York Times. David's counting the little squares.
14. Yeah, Timberthrax is right. It's 14 by 16. Yeah. But the gray thing in the middle is a square. Yeah.
Indeed.
But still that's weird. It's usually 15 by 15. So this is 14 by 16. It's an anomaly in its shape right off the bat.
Maybe there will be something mathematical. If you take one line away from the vertical and you add it to the horizontal or vice versa or something like that.
Well, I don't know. It's going to be weird. There's going to be something maybe about the shapes, squares and rectangles. Let's find out.
Sure.
Are there any long answers that you think?
The middle ones, 32 across is one of the longer ones, 10 across. So 18, 32, 36, and 40 and 50.
Well, should we just, what do you want to do? Where do you want to start solving this puzzle, Daniel?
59 across.
59 across the bottom right-hand corner. It's a 6-letter answer.
Yeah. Hits the roof.
Hits the roof. That's like gets mad.
Hits the roof. Freaks out. Probably ends with an S.
Yeah, should we do 49 down and see if that ends with an S?
Unless it's another 2-word kind of phrase for it. But yeah, let's see 49 down, 4 letters.
Yeah, blank, 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 S.
Yeah, collectible cartoon frames.
Those are cells. Yeah, CELS. Yeah, and those are like like a Disney cartoon, one frame of animation. Yep. Mm-hmm. So, do you want to go back?
Let's keep going here. 48 across.
Blank blank C.
Cowboys group abbreviated.
Oh.
That's
like the NFL, right? I would usually say
it could be the NFL. So you think cells is wrong?
No, it seems strange.
So instead of Cowboys, like the NFL, like the football, actual Cowboys.
Yeah.
52?
52 across.
That's what I was hoping.
We're connected into a theme. You can see the puzzle app from the New York Times. It connects with a yellow highlight what the other answers are that are part of this theme. There's 4 highlighted answers, and it's 15, 17, 52, and 55 across. And here we are at 52 across with what seems to be the kind of summarizing clue and answer. It's 6 letters long with an E at the end.
Flummox, or a classic word game represented by the central grid of shaded squares in which 15, 17, and 55 across can be found.
Flummox. or a classic word game represented? Okay, can you think of any classic word games just right off the bat?
Well, you have
Classic.
Scrabble.
That is a classic word game, Scrabble.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So,
it
but
doesn't
that
fit.
doesn't fit.
No.
What about Boggle? Classic word game.
Boggle does
Yeah.
fit.
And
Boggle
it means boggle,
flummox.
and it means
Yeah.
flummox.
Okay, I like it, David.
So then it just means that these other ones are just going to be shaken up. All of the answers are going to be boggle, like
Boggle
gibberish. It's just going to be.
Yeah.
That's a tricky way to do it. Let's see how much sense there is to it. Should we finish 52, 3, 4 down?
Sure, why
and
not?
build out from the bottom right-hand corner up?
So 52 down is B blank blank.
That clue, pre-AD.
BCE.
Yeah.
53 down, O blank blank.
That clue, piece of equipment for certain Summer Olympians.
Certain Summer Olympians, piece of equipment, like an oar. Do they do
OAR? Yeah, like for those like scullery. What do you call it?
Boaters.
Boaters.
Yeah,
boaters.
They're in some kind of boat.
Crew people.
Yeah, rowers.
Then we have 54 down, G blank blank.
Atlanta schedule abbreviated, or school. Excuse me, school abbreviated. It could probably
SCH. Period. I think
it's probably Georgia
School State
Tech or something.
Georgia
like
Tech University, something you. Then I guess that I feel like we should do then 56 across and 59 across with CA blank 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 L for 56 across.
Nonchalant.
It's like, but you made it sound like there was a space in between. Casual, says Timber Tracks. Right on the money, Timber Tracks. With casual. A lot of times people accidentally type causal, and it's fun to see the sentences that are formed by that mistake. Instead of saying casual, they say, "Oh, I have a causal relationship with my, my friend down the street."
Yeah, I have a causal relationship with my charity, my local charity.
Yeah, it's a good cause.
Yeah.
What about 59 across? We have ER blank 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 S.
And I'm going to go ahead and assume that 54 down is GSU, Georgia State University. So
Georgia State University. So ERU blank blank S.
Hits the roof, erupts.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Okay.
Do you want to do 44 down blank blank LAT?
Key just above G. So
A flat.
Yeah, A flat. Did we already see 48 across? Or
we did. Yeah,
okay.
It's that Cowboys. There might be Cowboys of a different. Oh, NFC. It's like
NFC.
There's the NFL or whatever, AFC, whatever it is. The NFL has two sections inside of it, right? There's like the American football, the NFC and the AFC. Is that right? Don't ask me to answer any of these questions accurately. I think there's some groups within the NFL.
David, would you try and answer these questions accurately?
I mean, it's the sports stuff like this that I can't help really well.
We haven't had a guest on in a while, but when we did have guests on, we used to ask them for their areas of knowledge. Right. And we were always glad if we got a sports person on, because besides, some tennis.
I do know. I could say tennis. I probably could get those answers.
Sports, maybe a little basketball from the 90s, but not
a certain era
that much.
Yeah, right.
And I know some of your like, I'd be pretty good with saying like which teams are in which cities if they're professional league. I think I've got those. I know those, but yeah. Okay, well, 29 down is looking kind of interesting because it's 5 blanks and then NGUP.
And I bet there's an INGUP there.
I would almost guarantee that, right? So the clue.
Yeah.
Giving a boost. Raising up.
Helping up.
It could be a number of things.
Yeah, should we?
43 across?
Yeah, that's got 5 blanks, then IA.
Setting for Shakespeare's 12th Night.
What do you think?
Nothing comes to mind. Estonia.
Somewhere in. Oh, I was
Probably
going to say
not.
somewhere in Italy. Like
Yeah, that seems about right. He loved setting things.
he
in
loves
Italy.
his
Yeah.
Italian settings. What about where? Well, what about 29 across? Why don't we see if it's like helping, or we'll be able to build 29 down by starting with 29 across. Blank, blank, blank.
Seriously short change.
Like rob,
Yeah.
Jip.
Okay, could be Jip. It could be Rob.
I sometimes that word "jip" flares up for me as sometimes I think that might be related to like be a kind of a slur.
Well, no, I do think it is related to gypsies, and so I wonder if it actually has a Y, and I wonder also if the New York Times
wouldn't include it because it's probably
it
So
is.
I already have said it so many times. I should probably submit a sort of written apology to some body of people.
Oh, this just in, David, you're canceled.
Well, that was quick, man. That the public really does have a quick turnaround.
Yeah, they're just sorry. That's it. One shot, one chance, one strike. 30 down. Then let's see if it is an I blank. Should I even have that in there?
No, I think you should get rid of it because we already see the clue is unrefined material, and know that's or.
Or
so now we have to think of blank O blank when it comes to that.
Rob,
seriously shortchange Rob.
But that that could be that could work. So 31
and then
down.
raising up would be
Indeed.
a beautiful. There we go. Okay, so then 31 down is B blank blank.
Dangerous pellets. BBs.
There you go. Okay, now we have a chance to play the true clue game.
It's our favorite game.
It's our favorite game that we play on this podcast, and it's where we guess what the clue might be for this answer that has one letter left. It's blank ARB. Daniel, anything?
It could be dangerous wire.
Barb.
Oh, sorry, no, that's not right. That's commonly what it's.
Barbed.
It's barbed. My bad.
I think, but you could have been talking about that Pamela Anderson
thing found on a dangerous wire. I think that's called barbed wire as well.
A barb on a barbed wire, yeah.
But her name in the movie, I'm pretty sure, is Barb.
Barbara, like she went by Barb.
She goes by Barb.
She was a real wire, you know.
Yeah, she was barbed.
Yeah, she was real wiry.
Barbs.
Yeah, her hair was a little wiry.
Yeah.
So you're going with Barb. I'm going to say blank and star go to Vista Del Mar.
Barb. Okay. That's great. It could also be beer is too many of these, fence pen.
Beer is too many. Carb.
Carb, indeed.
Oh.
Or a bong has one.
A bong has a carb. Don't forget though, there's always light beer, fence pen.
Yeah, easy. So, okay, 34 across. The truest clue is offensive line. And that's a barb.
A barb, yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
A jab.
We each got a point. That's nice.
Sure, take it.
So then 34 down, B blank blank blank.
Yeah. The clue there, winter exclamation.
Brrr.
All 3 R's in a row? Okay, great. 36 across.
We have 6 blanks, then RIES.
Brambles with edible purple fruit.
So this is where we're in the gray, where this is our first touch of the central 4x4 square of gray. And something is a little bit weird in there.
I mean,
berries seems right.
It definitely seems berries, but what we could have maybe is, I can't think of any like 3-letter words that would be that type of berries that I can.
Yeah, but it's going to be, the boggle square, mulberries.
Oh, mulberries, maybe.
So the boggle square though is going to be those, it's a 4x4, right? When you're playing boggle, it's 4x4.
Uh-huh.
So this is going to be it for us, and it's going to be mixed up somehow, I think. So maybe this isn't quite right. Let's see what happens if we go. Well, I bet 26 down and 28 down. That's going to really confuse us. I bet the B is not going to be there. Let's see. Is it blank 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 B blank blank blank?
Monthly utility statement. That's like a bill, isn't it? Something like a
gas bill.
Gas bill. There we go.
Yeah. Nice. So far, so good. Nothing tricky there. 28 down is blank blank L blank 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 blank.
If mulberries is right.
Sure.
Sound from a crib. David.
Oh, I should know this.
Yeah.
There's like hiccuping.
Okay.
Occasionally, there's like gurgling.
Okay.
There's cooing.
What's a coo like?
Yeah.
Oh, like a happy baby sound.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
There's
That's cool.
I don't know. There's like spitting.
Okay. Do they all end with ing?
Well, that's
Probs
a
not.
great question. All the ones I just named.
Yeah.
But I'm in a rut maybe. Let's go somewhere else. Let's do 26 across or 18 down or 20 down. What do you think? We don't know.
47
Mulberries.
across.
Let's do it. 47 across. Blank blank L.
A weekly 90-minute TV show. Abbreviated because min is abbreviated.
And that's SNL because it's abbreviated.
Indeed.
That's Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, for those who don't know.
It's a shame Lindsay's not here for that because she would, she is a fan and she can speak to that subject.
I'm a fan. I can speak to it.
And she watches it every week.
I watch it every week.
Wow.
Two.
You both do. Wow, that's
Yeah.
wild.
We tend to watch it though the next morning, my wife and I.
Okay.
We kind of like watching the night shows in the morning. We call them our morning shows. Like we watch Colbert and Seth Meyers. Those are our favorites.
In the morning the next day.
In the morning the next day with a cup of coffee before she goes to work or before we start our days.
And do they give you, good jokes? It's
we watch we like Colbert's monologue.
Yeah.
And he does a segment called Meanwhile, and that's usually enjoyable. Don't watch the guests. Don't care too much.
Don't care. Whatever they're promoting, I'm not going to your movie.
Occasionally we do watch them, but then Seth we don't hardly watch the guests, and we do watch his Closer Look, which we really enjoy. Okay, so SNL. Why don't we 47 down, David?
Yeah, it's S blank blank blank.
Old Dagger.
Like a shiv, or like a.
Is that?
That's not an old dagger.
Old dagger. That's like a makeshift.
Yeah, that's a makeshift dagger. Okay, what about 43 down? Blank N blank. No, that's not right. It's blank blank L blank blank N blank. Maybe we already looked at this, didn't we?
43.
28 down.
28
sorry.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, sound from a crib. It's ing, right?
It looks like it could be.
Let's do 50 across.
Okay, 50 across is ends with a G, and it's 10 letters long.
The clue: word
9.
with room or system.
Word with room or system. Something ing system.
Yeah, something ing system.
Room.
Ing system.
Okay, well, it's 51 down, and let's confirm that the I is right. I blank blank.
That clue: variety. Ilk, I'd say for that.
Yeah, ilk. I like that.
Yeah, it's not the type of variety that you usually think of,
No, it's more of a it's. Oh yeah, 50
operating fence pen. For 50 across, he says operating, and that's true. Operating system, operating room.
Yeah.
Operating system, for a computer.
Indeed.
And operating room, for like a hospital. And that's great work, Fenton. Thanks for the contribution. It's maybe it's that we should be drinking more. What is it? Rum and Coke. Ryan Coke. Yeah.
Why don't we just take this opportunity while we know that he's listening, and because we do know him in real life, real human, to invite him to join us on the podcast sometime via Zoom.
Yeah.
And help us solve in person. And
yeah, that would be excellent. Yeah, sometime if you have Thursday evenings free like this.
Yeah. Every other Thursday.
Yeah.
Or first and third. This is what
first and third, not every other.
Yeah, no.
So that being the case, should we move on to O blank blank 50 down?
Yeah, O blank blank 50 down. Award turned down by Alan Rickman, abbreviated.
He turned down the Oscar? Oscar?
Would you abbreviate Oscar? Osk? It seems like it's got to be like a 3-letter, 3-word.
Okay, I don't know, Daniel.
Yeah.
You think that let's see if 57 across is C blank blank, and then it's going to be Osk.
Okay. OSC. 57 across is maybe C blank blank.
Number after a number, or NO period after a NO period.
Number after a number. Or
so the answer is going to be abbreviated. So
could
it's like
NO
cell,
stand for for anything else?
And one of them is number and one of them is what? NO period. Okay, that's hard. No one. Timberthrex says no one. Number after a one.
How about let's check out 45 down.
Yeah, let's do it. Blank P blank blank.
Glasses informally.
Specs.
Specs.
With an X.
With an X? Okay, that's very informally, right?
I'd say.
Okay, so
Should we
46 down. Because we already saw 57 across, and I still don't know it. CX blank number after
it's
number.
blank X blank, I think now, because OSC is not right. I think you're right that it's
Okay.
So okay, 46 down though. Yeah, blank E blank blank.
Weight. That's WEIGHT. The weight, like heavy.
Yeah, weight. Heft.
Yeah. That
So
works. That works
EXT.
as a verb.
It's an extension. Number after a number is an
number after
extension,
number is an
abbreviated.
extension,
Specs is sus, Timberthrax says, but it's shaken out.
Yeah, it's working out for extension.
We don't know about 50 down though. O blank E is what we have.
What would he
Oh,
turn
it's the
down?
Order of the British.
He wouldn't be knighted.
He wouldn't receive the order. What is that? OBE, Order of the British Empire. He would not be knighted. Maybe he doesn't like swords around his neck. I have a thing about that.
Oh,
Like I wouldn't want someone waving a sword around my neck, even if it's the queen.
I mean, and you do have a sword, David.
It's right behind me.
Oh, let's see it. I can confirm those sounds are David looking for his.
Well, actually,
sword.
I have two here.
What? You can have a sword fight? You can have a self sword
let's see.
fight?
This will be great in the microphone.
Yeah.
Okay, there's one. You can kind of see.
Kinda. Yep.
Okay.
What? Okay. Describe these swords to us. One of them is kind of like a knight's kind of sword with like a guard, a big wide guard, and then like a ball.
Kind of supposed to maybe look like a classic. Like it could be the sword in the
Sword and
Excalibur.
stone. Yeah. Big wide blade that tapers, and it's got a little. I knew all these words when I was watching a lot of Forged in Fire.
Forged in Fire. That show.
Where they make swords and stuff. It's pretty fun.
And then this other one here is more of a kind of a Viking.
Oh
style.
yeah. It's got
kind of ornate with this kind of a brassy.
The guard it's not like a big wide guard. It's just kind of like a chunky guard.
Right.
Yeah. And then not a bezel. The word I'm looking for is like, it's where they take sections out of the middle. So it's sort of, not just smooth, you know?
Oh, like it's fluted or?
Yeah, it's not the right word. There is a word for it.
But you see, there's like a scoop. It's like there's
out of the middle. I'll think of it.
If I can.
So
at some point you knew sword terms. This Zoom is really just not knowing how to.
Some sword terms. Okay. All right. Well, let's move on to 55 across, which the clue is Flummox.
Oh, that's fun. Which is strange because well, not so strange, but they like to do that using the same word. As a clue twice.
And I can confirm 17 across and 15 across at both our clues.
All flummoxes. That's fun. Timberthrax says befuddle. Yeah.
That sounds
good.
Right.
Good stuff.
I like it. That's a real fun word, befuddle. That's going to probably be one we look up after in our etymological pass.
Oh, that sounds good. I love words that start with BE. As like where BE is the prefix that kind of makes that kind of activates the action of the verb.
Yeah.
Like bestride or.
Yeah. And it's fun to add to any word that doesn't necessarily need it. Like.
Oh, just inventing
We showed
new
up
verbs.
tonight to podcast.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
That is fun. So now we can work off of that. We have befuddle, and now we have the word flummox again is another word we might want to look up because that's fun. But
that is a fun word too.
Remember, we'll have to think of other synonyms for that word, and then we can do 42 down now, maybe, or 58 across.
I mean, the thing is sitting on 58 across.
Okay, blank, K blank.
Drink sometimes served in a masu cup. Never heard of that. Saki maybe?
Yeah, I think.
Sounds
So then
Japanese.
snee is the answer to 47 down, the old blade, the old dagger, snee. We'll have to look that up.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay.
On to what, 42 down?
Yeah, blank blank are you?
That clue, its flag has vertical stripes of red, white, and red, white, red. Vertical stripes of red, white, red, and the colors are like hyphenated.
Peru?
Okay.
Props?
Red, white, red. I wouldn't have known that.
I was just thinking of
I don't recognize
countries
that as their
ends,
flag.
ends with RU, you know.
And there aren't many.
Yeah.
There aren't. So what now? Where should we go? 45 across?
SHE blank blank.
Casts off.
Sheds.
Sheds.
Yeah. We're working on getting a new shed.
Ah.
Yeah,
Fun.
we're not casting it off. We're casting it in.
Yeah, so it's funny that the word shed, the verb shed doesn't make any sense with the noun shed. Like,
Should we look up
what's
shed,
that about?
dude?
Let's look that up.
We're going to have the most robust etymological pass.
Oh,
this
sure.
week.
So on to 40 down, blank, blank, DADS.
Surfer wannabes. Something dads? Doodads?
Okay. I don't know.
I don't
Surfer wannabes. Okay, then what about 41 down?
Blank blank STDA.
That's weird. The clue,
Yeah.
subordinate in the prosecutor's office, abbreviated.
Assistant DA.
Oh, that's assistant DA. Then what, 47 across? P blank S blank?
42 across. Small
Oh, that's
bouquet.
right. A small bouquet. P blank S blank. I don't know.
Posh. Push. Past. Pask. I don't know. Did we see
40
40
across. Yeah, blank A, blank, blank, blank I, blank, blank RS.
Uncompromising sorts. And this does cross through the middle of this word, crosses through the 4x4 boggle square or whatever.
Right.
So
Uncompromising sorts.
fastidious. Do you think this? Oh, I'm looking back at 43 now. Ilaria, you think?
I don't know. Do we do 37 and 38 down?
I don't think we did. 37 down, E blank blank.
That clue, Photolab request abbreviated. Enhance.
On screen. Don't know. How about a 38 down, R blank blank.
That clue, singer Lana Del Blank.
And that's Lana Del Rey, Lana of the King. Yeah, I bet it's just Illyria
Wool of the King, if you're
ILL.
translating every word.
Oh yeah, we indeed. Didn't we look up Lana one time? That was one. She's been clued before, Lana Del Rey, and then we were like, oh, let's just look up Lana.
Then we have 37 down again. We have now E. Wait, where did that L come from?
Yeah, Illyria. I just figured that's how you would spell it.
Is that a place?
In Shakespeare's Twelfth Night, it is.
Oh.
I mean, what else could it be? Ilberia, Illyria.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're getting into the center of the puzzle is a little challenging. Should we work from the G, the 26 across, G blank blank blank?
Yeah. Laser tag equipment.
Guns.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this took us to 27 down, which crosses the top of the square, and it's
Let's just see. It's got
10
7 blanks, then A blank blank.
Depictions of lands, ups and downs. That's lands with a possessive apostrophe. Depictions.
So it's like
of
topo
lands-
maps.
Oh yeah, topo.
No, that doesn't fit. No.
Yeah, topographical.
So-
Okay, but wait, hold on. What if it is? What if they like topograph?
It's got to be something maps. I bet. But
Yeah. Okay, well, let's try that.
could be. Yeah. Let's confirm that with a 9-10 down. Yeah.
Yeah, 9 down is blank 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 UP.
The clue comes clean.
Like owns up.
Owns up. Good stuff. Halfway through the puzzle.
A 10 down blank 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 NS.
That clue, certain marketing gimmicks.
Certain marketing gimmicks.
Yeah.
Don't know.
What about what do you want to do? 7 across and just build that all out? Blank, blank, oh, blank.
Very much.
A lot, a ton.
A lot, a ton. Yeah. Let's try 8 down and see if it's
Sure.
T blank blank or L blank blank.
The clue: Dancing with Stars, Judge Goodman.
That's with the stars, David. The stars.
Excuse me, Dancing with the Stars, Judge Goodman.
Yeah. Dancing with stars is something you might do with like your, if you're a constellation.
Yeah, good point, Daniel.
If you're a constellation and you're dancing.
Do you know anyone from that show with the last name Goodman?
I don't know that show from Adam.
Adam Carolla was on that show, Dancing with the Stars. He didn't make it very far. Is that what you're talking about?
A little
No.
bit. No.
Julianne Hough. I think it was somehow I was paying attention.
Okay, somehow.
And then
That's
we don't know
amazing.
the answer to that question. So why don't we go over here to 10 down, see if it's a T or an N that goes then to
we
blank,
already saw
blank,
this,
NS.
certain
Oh, we did,
marketing
yeah.
gimmicks. Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
so then let's do 7 down. A blank, blank, blank.
A blank blank blank. Blank Ben Adhem. Lee Hunt poem. Would you say that Lee, not Lay, right? Leigh.
That's probably how I would say it. What do you think?
Yeah. So I don't know. Blank
No.
Ben Adhem sounds like Hebrew or something.
Yeah, it does seem like that. And I don't know. That could be Adam Ben Adhem. I don't know. But what about 15 across? It's probably. I think it is someone's first name. Yeah, like it's someone's name here. Something Ben Adhem.
Okay. Well, it'd be funny if it was Adam because I was just saying I didn't know
Him from Adam.
From Adam. 15 across is Flummox. Blank blank W. Blank 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 blank.
It's like bewilder.
Yeah. Are these all going to be B stuff? You think?
No, because oh yeah, they are boggle, bewilder, befuddle,
Maybe
bewilder, and then it's
Sure.
like Abel. It's Abel Ben Adam or Abu. So let's look at
16.
it could be Abu Ben Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah, 16 down. L blank blank S.
Former Fords.
Oh,
Capitalized F Fords.
those are like a type of vehicle that
Yeah.
Ford manufactured.
Yeah, Fords that no longer are made. L blank.
I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
What about 11, 12, 13 down? Let's do
Yeah.
11 down. Blank D blank blank.
Pensée, or
Oh.
that's Pensee with the second to last E having
So
a
that's like a
accent.
French word for thought.
Yeah.
Could it just
And-
be idea?
Idea. Yeah, I like an idea. I like that. 11 across now is I blank blank.
And the clue, hot temper.
Yeah. And David, something's happened. Your mic is coming across differently there. I don't know if it's like a proximity thing or
It's coming across differently when I speak.
yeah, it's like it's like quiet or something.
Okay, maybe I'll unplug.
Plug and replug in.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's much better.
Already it's better. Okay, I'll leave it be. I won't touch it.
Okay, cool. Did you touch it though? I think that's what
I
did
might
it.
have bumped it to fix it. It's one of those
Yeah.
cartoonish things.
Yeah. I blank blank for
Hot temper.
Taylor.
That's ire. Yeah.
Indeed. So now true clue time.
Yeah, 13 down.
ER blank. ER blank.
I'm going to say before to the poet.
Air.
Yeah.
ERE. I'm gonna say places you might go with a broken arm.
ERs.
ERs.
I always go to ERs when I have a broken arm.
Yeah. That's the place you go.
I go to multiple at a time.
Yeah. And your mic is doing that.
It's doing that thing. Give me a second.
And I'm going to unplug and replug.
Okay, why don't you unplug and plug it again? Okay, so the true clue for 13 down, though, ER blank, transgress. So transgress, ER blank.
Yeah, that's ERR.
Oh, yeah, to err. Yeah,
Yeah.
like err, like how you
Transgress.
err on the side of caution.
Make a bad decision to
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
to sin, maybe even transgress.
Yeah, indeed. 12 down again. Then now we know R-E blank. Oh, no, not again. We haven't seen it.
We
R-E
haven't.
blank blank.
That clue, Liberal Arts College in Portland, Oregon, abbreviated Oregon.
Do you know that? Like Reed
I don't.
or something?
I don't know. What did you say,
Let's try-
Reed? Maybe Reed.
Yeah, I don't know. Just throwing that out there. 21 across. S blank blank A blank.
That clue is joined forces with, parenthetically.
Well, it's weird that it doesn't have a ED at the end, right?
It is weird, yeah.
Because if it's
It could, yeah, 11 down should be in French maybe. It should be idea, idea, or like IDEE, and then it would be,
maybe. ED.
yeah, blank, S blank blank ED, joined forces with,
Yeah, that's good stuff.
yeah. Okay, what about 18 across? Did we already look at that?
Yeah, that's one. Oh, no. Blank, 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 N, blank, blank, E, blank, R.
The clue, Shakespeare notably.
That's two Shakespeares in one puzz.
What was the other Shakespeare?
Oh, it was the Ilaria place, the setting
Oh,
for
right.
Shakespeare's Twelfth Night.
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah. So Shakespeare was notably from Stratford upon Avon. He was notably a commoner, right? Or he was notably
Was he a commoner?
a playwright. Well, yeah,
A playwright.
He wasn't
Notably a playwright. Yeah.
royal.
He wasn't royal. That's true. I think that's true. Well, we don't know. Avon. Yeah, what's a person named? What do they name? How does England say the name of a person who lives somewhere?
Avon. Okay, well, let's.
Okay, we don't know. So do we look at 8? We already looked at 8 down. What about? Gosh, we're kind of stuck here. This is tough.
Yeah, we're boggled, flummoxed, befuddled.
So then, should we do 20 down?
Sure. 20 down is blank 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 blank. Maybe M blank blank.
The clue, runs out of water.
Runs out of water. Dehydrates. Runs out of water. Goes dry.
Goes dry.
Oh yeah,
goes dry. So it's that's not. Then we don't like mulberries anymore. But that's okay. If we have goes dry, then 42 across is P blank S Y.
Small bouquet. Oh, a posy. I thought a posy was a flower, but
I would say the same thing.
Yeah. So that's great though.
A pocket full of posies.
Yeah.
And that's a pocket full of small bouquets.
Maybe a posy is like when you go and you just pick a couple of wildflowers, and like
We'll have to look it up, Daniel.
Indeed.
You know that.
I do.
Okay. So where to now? We could do 22. We could do 20 across.
Yeah, let's 20 across. 5 blanks, then O blank.
Yeah, 22 across. South American arboreal snake. Tree boa.
Okay. Tree boa.
Just
snakes,
guessing.
That's kind of scary, right?
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah.
They should make a movie about
fall on you. To say nothing of constricting you and eating you.
Yeah.
23 down is E blank blank blank.
Start of a count off.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Eeny.
Eeny. How do you spell that?
Eeny, like you you did, I think.
Okay.
I bet there's a few different spellings.
I would have thought it would be an IE at the end, but
you and I both. I think we're both in that IE park camp.
24 down is E blank blank.
That clue, names a name that drops ja.
That's and it's dash JAH in quotes there.
Ja. JAH. So it's Eli. Right?
Ja.
Eli Ja.
25 down is B blank blank.
The clue, dumbbell curls, build them for short.
Dumbbell curls build your biceps, your buys.
Your buys, they do.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
So then we have what we haven't seen 32 across yet, have we?
No, we haven't. It is blank 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 NISS blank blank S.
The clue: focal points of a debate.
Focal points of a debate.
Something issues. Main
Yeah.
issues.
Okay. Main issues. 32 down. So yeah, so far the boggle board doesn't seem to be
Not yet.
getting it. Yeah.
Maybe we
30
just play Boggle at the end.
Yeah, I guess so. That would be fun. 32 down. M blank blank.
That clue is rabble. It's like the mob.
Oh
Or-
yeah, like a mob. Yeah. 33 down. A blank blank.
Figure on a fiver.
That's Abe Lincoln.
True clue opportunity twice in a row now here for 39 across and 35 across. B-E blank here for 39 across.
It could be busy as a.
B.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be that. It
Timber-
could be
Timberthrax.
Timberthrax is big blank.
Ben.
Yep, it could be that.
Clock. Yeah.
Yeah. How about this one? A logical fallacy to blank the question. Or
Beg.
I think, yeah. Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So it could be those, but the truest clue is resting place.
Bed.
Bed. Yeah. Oh,
Bed
I know
of-
how
a
you
bed of
love
posies.
you love a resting place, David.
Yeah. On a very
Oh, yeah.
regular schedule, ideally.
Regular schedule.
Yeah.
Well, 35 across now. True clue. OB blank Y.
Yeah. Shepherd Ferry brand.
Obey. That's
Yes, sir.
nice. Yeah. It could be it could be true message behind billboards in They Live.
Obey. Yeah. In fact, Shepherd Ferry probably got that idea from.
Oh
They
yeah,
Live.
100%. So I've told you before that I've been listening to the Blank Check miniseries on John Carpenter, the films with John Carpenter.
Right. Yeah.
And they, when they talk about They Live, they talk about how they talked about that Shepherd Ferry. You know, for those who don't know, Shepherd Ferry was an artist who one of his most famous I guess creations, art pieces of art, or kind of like ideas, is a variation on seeing the word obey.
Yeah. It was part of this campaign he started early on when he was young about that had an image of Andre the Giant with the word obey, and it was Andre the Giant has a posse, kind of a sticker and a stencil that would get painted everywhere, and the word obey got attached to it. I think it was kind of from the zeitgeist from the movie, probably.
Sure, yeah. And it's if you haven't seen They Live, I highly recommend seeing it. It's a kind of a masterpiece of filmmaking. But the true clue for your 35 across is mind.
Mind. Obey.
Yeah.
That's a fun way to the verb mind.
Yeah, you don't
is
use
a
it that
fun
way often,
verb.
but
Yeah,
like
you don't.
mind your parents.
Mind your manners.
Yeah. Mind over matter.
That's different.
Oh, okay.
Oh, mind your mind.
Mind your matter.
Yeah, mind your mind matter.
Yeah. Well, we're at 42 and a half minutes, and I would
Did you
say,
see what Timberthrax said here at Mickey Mouse phrase? Oh, that's obey.
Yeah. Obey.
Okay.
Wait, is it?
I think so.
Mickey Mouse says obey.
Yeah, in the world of
Oh,
boy.
Okay, that's different.
Haha.
I would have put it together if I wasn't thinking about, did he say obey? Okay,
Yeah.
but let's 3 down now, because that gives us blank, 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 R blank IED.
That clue took a second.
So maybe like silver medaled kind of idea, took a second.
Yeah.
Or had seconds.
Remarried.
Oh, that's nice. Funny. I like that usage of take a wife, take a husband.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now we might as well 19 across blank blank A.
The clue is call of support.
Yay.
Y-E-A?
Yeah, like in a
Maybe.
bill,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. One down, blank, 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 Y.
The clue, Sesame Street Muppet with magical powers. Who could that be? Is that Elmo? He's magical
I
to
like
me.
to think
I mean,
all the
Oscar the
Muppets-
Grouch, yeah, they're all magical in some
Yeah.
ways. Like, he lives in a garbage can. That's got to be magic.
Yeah, they're puppets that walk around of their own volition and interact with humans and sing songs.
Yeah, they don't seem to eat or drink, other than the Cookie Monster. He doesn't really eat. They just crumble around his mouth.
Yeah,
So
like all good cookies.
that's magic.
Well, let's two down. Blank, 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 E.T.
The clue is hug or kiss, maybe.
Hug or kiss, maybe.
Sweet? No. Hug or kiss. Greet.
Oh, yeah, that's fun.
Huh.
Remember hugging and kissing people?
Vaguely.
Okay. Well, should we, let's go to one across. Why not?
We haven't done it
That's
yet. It's
usually-
the very
yeah.
good place to start, but we didn't start there. So
Really good
let's
place
see
to
what it
end.
is. Blank GR blank blank blank
Corresponds. Agrees. Okay. Now we got our four down. E blank blank.
The clue, 3-vowel French word that sounds like a fourth vowel.
O E A U.
That's water.
Yeah, and it sounds like the fourth
The letter
vowel.
O in English.
A-E-O.
Oh, Timberthrax. Nice work,
On
everyone.
it.
On to 5 down. E blank blank.
French connections, man. French, a lot of
Well, that's
French in a row.
ETS.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
and.
Yeah. It's like an how we would use like Fast and Furious. I don't know. They don't use the.
Tell me again. What? It's like an N? Oh.
Yeah, it's like it connects. It's it's for sure connecting a couple of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, your 6 down is S blank blank.
That clue is blank wolf.
She wolf. So now, okay, well, 17 across.
Yeah, we already know it's a flummox.
We already know it's a flummox, and so that's
So that's bemuse, another B-E
Mm-hmm.
word. No, another B word.
Yeah, what a B word it is. 14 across is blank REATH.
And we haven't seen the
That's
clue.
a true clue.
I mean, I think seeing what one down looks like, I think it's only going to be one thing. But I can imagine other.
Have we seen one down already? Didn't we see that?
I don't think we did see one down.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do 14 across. It could be inhale. Exhale. Brackets.
Breath. Well,
Oh, you're right. Excuse me. That's right. I was neglecting that final E.
yeah, like exhalation, right? Or like,
Yeah, exhalation, that works.
yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, it could be like Christmas decoration.
Wreath. It sure could, David. But
Or I like to
probably
say Yule decoration.
not. Oh yeah, Yule. It is the Yule season.
Yule. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a hard word to say. It kind of fills the mouth.
Yule.
And it's
yeah.
misunderstood as
You got to kind of start
will.
it with an E sound, like Yule.
Yule. Yeah.
14 across, though. The truest clue. Something often held underwater. Yeah.
Breath.
Yeah. There you go.
Good
And
stuff.
So one down then filled itself in ABBY. Dear blank.
Dear Abby.
Yeah, it could be that.
Yeah. I was going to say Abby. I don't know anybody. I don't know. I don't have anything.
Okay, well, the clue is.
Sesame Street Muppet with magical powers. Abby.
Oh, I don't even know.
We had
that.
looked at that one. I don't recognize it.
Must be a
Sesame
new-
Street's come a long way since I was a regular viewer.
Yeah.
That's
That's going to change, though, David. You're going to get back into it.
Oh, sure. You're
Daddy-
right. It was from
Daddy
generation to
David.
generation, right?
Oh, yeah.
On to 18 down, perhaps. Blank, blank, A, blank, U, blank, Dulberry. No, Mulberry's out. Just take the U and L out, too.
Oh,
so
okay,
we're going to
indeed.
get confused.
I would like to try a Doleberry.
So now we have blank, blank, A, blank, U, blank, blank.
And the clue, in a real mess.
Oof.
Could it be an ED at the end? Does that feel weird? Does that feel right?
I guess.
Uh,
Dewberries?
Screwed.
Screwed.
Doesn't fit. How about 20 across? G blank blank.
That clue, grazer with a bushy beard.
A goat?
Is that a GNU?
Yeah, must be. What is the new? It's like a...
It's a grazing, it's like an
kind of
antelope
goaty?
or something. It's a
Oh,
goat
yeah,
kind
it's
of
more
thing.
like an antelope. Yeah.
Sure. Now, I think with 7 down, we can safely say it's Abu, Abou.
Okay, Abu Ben
Yeah.
Adhem.
It's a
What's it
weird
called?
name, right? It's like,
Right.
it means Abu Ben Adam. It's like, that's the father of the son of Adam, I think is what that means.
AKA Adam. The father of the son of Adam is...
The father, but it's like different. It's, I don't think it's talking about like Adam from the Bible.
Okay.
I mean, when they say it like that, I think they're just saying there's 2 different people named Adam. The father of the son of Adam. I know you mean. I don't know.
Let's dig into it. I mean, the father of the son is the father.
I think that's just what Abu means father of, and then Ben means son of, and then Adam.
Who's the father of the son of David?
Me.
AKA David.
So maybe
right.
that's what Lee Hunt has a poem about, because maybe it's like a clever poetic
Maybe construction
thing. It could be
Yeah.
like a poem humor.
So wait, but what Ben Adam? What language is that?
I think it's Hebrew.
Okay.
Okay,
So I
we
was
got
right on
27
that.
across.
Oh,
Timberthrax
yeah.
has given us relief maps. I guess that makes sense. Relief maps. I've never used that term. I know about relief societies, but what are relief maps?
They're when art is done in relief,
Yes.
it's like sunken, and then
Oh.
so you've got kind of like different depths to it. So a topographical map, I think, will show you topography, but relief maps are like physically raised maps. So it actually
Timberthrax has a comment or a raised hand.
yes, please, Sam.
We
you're
can't
muted.
hear the voice. The voice is your passport. Verify you.
Yeah. Oh, here he's dropping himself in.
Hands going down. He doesn't want to submit any. The submission is withdrawn.
Okay, well, he is still in the live stream, so maybe he's back out now at this point. There we go.
Okay.
So
So we were we looking at 18 down? I've started seeing a word in there in 18 down. I think here, blank NAFU blank blank.
well, yeah, in a real mess. Snafu'd. I didn't know you could.
I've never done that, but yeah, snafu. I
just thought it was a noun.
I got snafu'd yesterday when my car ran out of gas.
Mhm.
That's a little bit of a blue thing for the New York Times to include in the crossword puzzle.
Right? Isn't it? Doesn't it stand for?
Yeah, it stands for what you think it stands for, Daniel.
Well,
Situation normal, all effed up.
Yeah.
ED.
Past tense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's like didn't the military used to?
I think they still do. The military embraces this phrase from generation to generation.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, it kind of just applies to
The whole world.
The whole
Anyone can
world.
say the word. Yeah,
Snap
here we
food.
go.
No,
Yeah,
not everybody can say it. I'm saying the whole world is snafu.
oh, that's true. Pandemic is a snafu
Yeah.
situation. Yeah.
This is our new normal. Everything's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Snafu normal. Snaf new normal.
Snaf new normal.
So
okay.
we're doing real good. I think we got 26.
We're doing pretty good. We've got 7.5 minutes left. We got coming up on 7 minutes.
ME blank blank ING again for 28 down.
Muling?
The clue was sound from a crib, mewling. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a cry, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And then visiting 40 across again, blank ARDLI blank ERS.
Uncompromising sorts.
Hardliners.
Yeah.
Right? Hardliners.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got
Now
one in my garbage can.
That one solved 40 down, which is now HODADS. 40 down, HODADS. I've never heard of that. We're going to have to look at all these strange
surfer
words up.
wannabes. I mean, that definitely sounds like somebody like a wannabe. That guy's a real hodad.
Okay. And then, okay, over here we're back over to 37 down. En blank.
Enlarge.
Large. Illyria. You're right. We're going to have to look up these location
Indeed.
from Shakespeare.
Okay, so maybe all they're doing with the Boggle board is just they're highlighting a set of 16 letters, a 4x4 grid, like
I see
Boggle
that.
would do, that doesn't have
Yeah.
words in it, but you
No.
could make them. Like you got Sue,
Use. Few.
do,
Webs.
buy.
Yeah.
Although
Mule.
you could do
Mules.
2 letters. Oh yeah,
Muled.
mule. Mule is there because of muling. Okay, that was fun. Great. 8 down, we already saw, and we don't know. What have we seen at this point? 10 down?
We've seen 10 down. That's the certain marketing gimmicks.
How
I'm
about,
sure we're going to get that here. Let's do, 18.
he was a sonnet.
Sonneteer.
Tier.
Notably, yeah. Sonneteer. A sonneteer. And then we've solved 12 down with read, which was what you thought it would be, Liberal Arts College in
suspected,
Portland.
Yeah, you can look that
And
up.
then we have LT blank S for 16 down, former Fords, LTDs, LTM,
LTOs, LTDs, maybe, yeah.
Limited. No,
Yeah.
that's 21. Join forces with cited. That's okay.
Yeah.
We got that now. Okay, this is interesting. 10 down looks weird. Blank IEINS.
Certain marketing
Tie-ins.
gimmicks.
Tie-ins. Yeah, so it's a lot. And then Len Goodman is the judge. Congratulations. 55 minutes, 8 seconds, 1-day streak, 1 minute, 34 seconds slower than your average. Not awesome, I guess, but we
We're
had fun
missing
with
Lindsay, so.
it. Yeah. And we got a little bit flummoxed a couple times.
Yeah, but it's fun. Sometimes it's fun
Thank
to
you,
be
Ben.
to be flummoxed, you know? Am I right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Look
wait.
look what it's doing. Oh, look, Bewilder. It's showing us all. It's highlighting all of the.
Yeah. It's so the app is doing a thing that you could not get in the print version. It is it's raised them up and it's given them like it's
Yeah,
it's
they look
made
like
them-
dice. They look like structured boggle pieces.
Yeah, and it's highlighting, it's going through and like making befuddle. Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. I forget with Boggle you can go diagonally.
Yeah,
It's
so
all the
befuddle,
words.
bemuse. Yeah, it's just find all the words you
Yeah.
can using all the letters possible. So
Mhm.
bewilder, befuddle, bemuse, and boggle. Boggle's not in there.
No, it's the other
But it never
4.
said they would be. It just said
No,
those 3 would be.
Those
Yeah.
3.
Well, that is a great
Great work,
puzzle.
Trenton
Charleston.
Charlson. Yeah, and or maybe Will Shorts came up with the hey, you know what we can do now with this cool technology?
Will Shorts is like
we'll
11
raise-
what you can do with the app. Yeah, well, good
Well,
for him.
This is fun though because well, one, it begs the question for me why.
Whoa, hold on. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
Sorry, it begs.
But
the
you
question.
used begs
It
the question when
que-
we talked about begs the question earlier. In a different usage, you used it though.
Excuse
so,
me.
okay,
Well,
anyway,
there's multiple. Yeah, it begs the question for me. Why did the puzzle need to be 14 by 16? Was there something about? Oh, sorry. No, can do. God, this is being recorded. Yeah, got it. There we go.
what was your question again? Sorry.
Oh,
the
hold
14
on,
by
hold
16.
on. I gotta pop out. I think my wife might be locked out or something.
Oh,
I'll be
okay.
right
Go ahead.
back.
Yeah. So you're thinking, what does it matter that it's 14 by 16 in the dimensions of the puzzle? And I don't know what it matters much. Oh, and she's calling again, and now I can't. Now I have no control over what's displaying through the video channel. But here we are. This is interesting because it's just the microphone and the foam pad behind the microphone. But I'm wondering why it's showing me that on the iPad. Like that's Daniel's iPad background image or something. So Daniel's taking care of this urgent issue. Meanwhile, I'm gonna kill time. I'm going to kill time by just talking about nothing. I'm just going to talk about nothing until Daniel appears, so that we can kind of reorient this show, get the episode back on.
Here we are, back on track.
Looking up the words that are in the puzzle.
Yep.
The words that we didn't know. There's a lot of words that came up where we mentioned we're going to have to look that up. So should we just start doing it, Daniel?
I think we should just start.
Can I take a picture of it before you disappear with that? So
Sure.
I can start. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, you start making a mark of them. Yeah.
So, you go ahead. What are you going to look up first? Hodad?
Nope. Here we go. Hold on. Can get there. Hodad. Oh yeah, for sure. Hodad. Just to know. Okay, definition of Hodad. A non-surfer who frequents surfing beaches and pretends to be a surfer. So do they actually go out and surf, or do they just like hang out and like wax their surfboard?
Well, yeah, why don't they just surf?
Yeah, indeed. Well, let's go to Edom and see where that even comes from. Edom Online.
Is it on there, or is it going to be off there?
Nope, not on there.
Yeah, it's like that. You need to go to Urban Dictionary for that.
Yeah. Look at this. There we go. Okay, so yeah, Urban Dictionary.
If you want to.
Yeah, sure, why not? Hodad. 50s term for a greaser, someone who hung out at the beach, but definitely not a surfer. Hodads were into cars, music, and were a type of counterculture style. These were not posers, as some of the other definitions had stated. Surfers and Hodads would be completely separate groups that often clashed with each other. Well, so that's interesting. It's not saying that the clue. Okay, hold on. Let's do this. Hodad here was clued as surfer wannabes, but at least according to Urban Dictionary,
that's a little off. Yeah.
Yeah, but they did hang out at the beach, and they were sort of they clashed with the surfers.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'm going to keep doing this.
Do you want to look up Flummox for fun?
Oh yeah, Flummox.
Just start with Flummox.
Yeah. So let's Edom Online. That one should be there. So Flummox, 1837. Can't word. I don't know what that means. Can't like chant, can't like kind of thing. Also, Flummox. Well, because a cant is like a chant that
like a song kind of like But also I think it means slang.
Right.
Can't.
So also Flummox, of uncertain origin, probably risen out of a British dialect. OED finds candidate words in Herefordshire, Gloucestershire, Southern Cheshire, and Sheffield. The formation seems to be onomatopoetic. Onomatopoeic. Expressive of the notion of throwing down roughly and untidily. Flummox. Well, it's a real fun one.
Yeah, that's a good one. We
Okay, so then let's look at our befuddles.
Yeah.
You want to read this one, David?
I do. Yeah, here it goes. 1873 is when it's kind of sourced back to the verb confuse, originally to confuse with strong drink or opium. Actually, that's interesting because there's character. When I was talking about P.G. Wodehouse, he talks a lot about people talk about. They use the word fuddle, just fuddle. Like I don't drink beer. They'll say to someone because I don't want this plan to go wrong, so I don't want your mind to be all fuddled up with beer. They'll say,
Yeah.
But I've never heard that, and I didn't think about it until just now that it's related to befuddle.
Yeah, so it's like if you're befuddled and you can't understand something, the implication is that like you are impaired, intoxicated to the level of impairment.
For fun here, because I mentioned it earlier, click on that prefix BE.
Okay.
And this is word forming element of verbs and nouns from verbs, which with a wide range of meaning about, around, throughly, completely, to make, cause, seem, to provide with, at, on, etc. About, around, on all sides. The unstressed form of by, see, by. So it's kind of like, I guess it's just like a combination of by. Then the form has remained by in stressed positions and in some more modern formations like by-law, bygones, and bystander. The Old English prefix also was used to make transitive verbs and as a privative prefix, privative
Perfect.
as in behead, the sense on all sides, all about naturally grew to include intensive uses as in bespatter, spatter about, therefore spatter very much, besprinkle, etc. Be as a prefix also can be causative or have just
Or casuative.
or causal, or casual, or have just about any sense required. That's funny.
All of these things, or really anything.
It can be all of these very careful things, or have just about any sense required. The prefix was productive 16th century to 17th century in forming useful words, many of which have not survived, such as bethwack, too bad that hasn't survived, to thrash soundly, and betung, to assail in speech. Both of these words are great. Why did they lose bethwack and betung?
I mean, I was betunged, once.
Yeah,
it wasn't so
I believe it. I believe it.
So, okay, this is a side, going to return us to our return and report. And I don't know if Lindsay listened or if she just thought, she must have listened to know that we returned and reported on Dope Sick, because she sent us a text.
Fun.
Breaking news, a federal judge overturned Purdue Pharma's opioid settlement, ruling that the Sackler family could not receive protection from civil lawsuits.
Oh.
So that's a biggie. I mean, I'm sure they'll continue to, appeal and whatever, but if they are open to civil lawsuits, that could definitely.
Yeah. Also, it was recent news that the Metropolitan Museum removed the Sackler name from some of the big Egyptian exhibits.
Well, I would say they're befucked at this point.
Great use of a prefix, Daniel.
Yeah.
But they deserve it. Let's think of other verbs.
Yeah, besmirched.
Oh,
their name is thoroughly besmirched at this point.
Yeah.
Or did you want to?
They're hissing a byword.
Yeah,
a byword.
A byword. Okay, so
this didn't mention bywords, but I just wanted to mention that because it's a funny. I think it's a funny phrase, byword. Okay, so on to what's our next word we're going to look up.
Well, you've got the.
I have it right in front of me. I do, yeah. And we were going to look up that individual Abby. Do you remember? This isn't on.
No, it's a person. Abby.
I'm actually not looking at the clues.
Oh, that's
I'm
right.
just looking at the answer.
Excuse
it's
me.
One down.
Corresponds. No, one down is your
Sesame Street Muppet Abby with magical power. Yeah, and after this we can look up the Lee, the poet.
Okay, yeah, I have
Abigail Abby Cadaby. Abby Cadaby. Oh, it's like abracadabra. I see.
Nice. So she has a little kind of like fairy dress and little pigtails, and in some pictures here she has a little magic wand. And there, she's got a posy in her hand. Yeah, it's probably just a flower.
No, that's just a single flower.
That's nice, but I'm going to go take us back to Edom and look up posy.
Oh, there we are. Posy, yeah.
Also posy with an E, 1530s, short poetical motto engraved on the inner surface of a ring. Huh? An alteration of poesy, poetry, a passage of poetry, which is recorded in this sense from the early 15th century, meaning flower, bunch of flowers, bouquet. Okay, interesting. From notion of language of flowers or a custom of sending verses with flowers as gifts. The original thing later was a posy ring.
Okay. The original thing later. That's a weird sentence. The original thing later was a posy ring.
Okay, well, so let's just full on Google posy and see what comes up. Posy, a small bunch of flowers, or archaically, a short motto or line of verse inscribed inside a ring.
Also called a nosegay.
Oh, and I have heard that term before, although a nosegay, posy, or tussie mussy is a small flower bouquet typically given as a gift.
I've never heard of these small bouquets. I think I have heard of a nosegay before. And a posy, I thought that was actually a type of flower.
So did I.
What is it?
We've learned a lot today. And the original thing later was that we didn't know what posies were.
It's just that, like, if you had a pocket full of posies, you have a pocket full of multiple
Little bouquets.
Small bouquets.
Sure, yeah. You get a bunch of them, you put them in your pockets.
Okay. All right. Should we look up Illyria? This is the place in where Shakespeare's.
I'll say real quickly that it seems like that, this is making me realize that there's different themes in this puzzle that we didn't necessarily pick up on. I mean, you got your Shakespeare.
Yeah, sure. Shakespeare. Yeah.
He's a sonneteer. So
Indeed.
That's a poem. And a posy is
a poem.
Is related to poems.
Yeah.
And it seems like there was one more somewhere. This one. Yeah. Abu Ben Adam.
We're going to look at this Lee Hunt. Let's look this one up next. Lee Hunt.
Why does it do that? What is it? It's so weird. Okay. Thank you.
So Lee Hunt, Abu Ben Adhem.
Let's start with Lee Hunt.
James Henry Lee Hunt.
19th century poet and essayist. Co-founded The Examiner. So he was 1874 to 1859. He lived in... Okay. He was a contemporary... Or let's see. He introduced John Keats, Percy Bysshe Shelley, Robert Browning, Alfred Tennyson to the public. So he was a pretty big guy back then in your posy world.
So can we look up this? Maybe it's on this page. Does it talk about Abu Ben Adam on this Wikipedia article?
Abu Ben. There we go.
Okay.
Some of Hunt's most popular poems are Jenny Kissed Me, Abu Ben Adam, and A Night in Rain Summer. So let's go ahead and just find Abu.
Yeah, we can't not look up the poem.
No. And in fact,
poetryfoundation.org has it just for us here.
It's not long, David.
No, it's in fact maybe some would call it relatively short. Do you want to expand it a little bit for me?
Oh, yes.
Oh, thank you. Okay, ready? Abu Ben Adam. Could you go up a little bit just so I can read the title?
It's drifting. I don't know what that's about.
It's drifting. It's got the wrong tires on. Okay. Abu Ben Adhem by Lee Hunt. Abu Ben Adhem, may his tribe increase, awoke one night from a deep dream of peace, and saw within the moonlight in his room, making it rich and like a lily in bloom, an angel writing in a book of gold. Exceeding peace had made Ben Adam bold, and to the presence in the room he said, "What writest thou?" The vision raised its head, and with a look made all of sweet accord, answered, "The names of those who love the Lord." "And is mine one?" said Abu. "Nay, not so," replied the angel. Abu spoke more low, but cheerly still, and said, "I pray thee then, write me as one that loves his fellow men." The angel wrote and vanished. The next night it came again with a great wakening light, and showed the names whom love of God had blessed. And lo, Ben Adam's name led all the rest.
Okay. So he had a dream, awoke one night from a deep dream, and saw an angel.
Maybe he was still dreaming.
Right. Well, obviously, it could be. This could all be still dreaming, but the poem says he woke from a dream.
You have to trust this narrator.
Take the text as it's written.
Right.
And saw an angel writing in a book of gold. I mean, this sounds like some Joseph Smith crap right here.
Yeah,
right?
I'm not surprised that this exists. That a story like Joseph Smith's is something that we've heard of before, because his story is one that borrows.
Sure.
So,
and this was. Do we have dates on this? Do we? No.
Well, he was alive from 17 something to 18 something. So this poem, who knows when it was written? I guess, but it probably could
the new view of the Hebrews or whatever.
Oh yeah, I mean, we could look this up and see. It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know if we've ever talked about it, but maybe this will be my art section piece. But everything is a remix. Totally explains the way that the ideas and texts of Mormonism were formed, and it probably used things like this. And it's a great message in this story, though. Going back to the poem, the message is kind of a humanist story, right?
Is it? It kind of just seems self-serving to me.
No, but look, it's saying this. Look, it's saying he's like, wait, I'm the angel's like, I'm taking a list of everybody that's like
Who loves God.
Who loves God.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're including me on the list, right? I want to be no FOMO, right? I want to be
Yeah.
I want to be on the list. No FOMO. And so count me in.
First he's like, wait, is I am on there? And he's like, no, you're not.
No, you're not, because you don't love God, right?
And so he's like, but I pray thee, write me as one that loves his fellow men.
Yeah, like okay, fine. I admit I don't love God, because like that's an unrealistic expectation. It's a very like a supernatural request. But I can love my fellow man. That's like something I can do, and I do it naturally, and I think others should as well.
Oh, yeah. Love.
What about that, angel?
Yeah, and the angel's like, yep, top of the list.
On God's top of God's list,
Yeah,
which is weird. It's
might
a
as well
little
be Santa Claus's list.
Well, he checks his list twice.
Oh yeah, the angel's just a one. Well, no, the angels did it twice too. One night.
Yeah,
and
he's
comes
got
back
quite a
the next
process.
night. Yeah.
He's using process street. Because the second commandment is like unto the first. Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
that's
Timber
fair.
Thrax. Good
Yeah,
thinking.
getting biblical on us. Well, look at the time flying as we look up words. Are there any other major ones we want to do before
We were going to look up the location of Illyria.
Oh, sure, yeah.
This is the setting where Shakespeare put Twelfth Night. Not a
Illyria,
sonnet. Not a sonnet.
Yeah, no. In classical antiquity, Illyria was a region in the western part of the Balkan Peninsula inhabited by numerous tribes of people collectively known as the Illyrians. They spoke Illyrian language, an Indo-European language. And there was also perhaps speakers in southern Italy. The geographical term Illyris, distinct from Illyria, was sometimes used to define approximately the area of northern and central Albania down to the Aous Valley, including in most periods lakeland area, hinterland. Okay. It was used by the Romans. Okay, cool. Well, that's Illyria.
About an area where Greece used to be.
And then Albania. Okay. Any others, David?
I think that covers most of them. Yes, I if we miss one, we'll have to catch it next time.
Well, let's move on to our art section then.
I think it's a good idea for us to do that. Do you want to go first, Daniel, with your art section?
Sure. I'll do my art section, which is kind of a follow-up to what we were talking about before we started the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And it's poker. Like watching people play poker. So I told you that I had listened to the podcast, Nate Silver's podcast, and found out that he played poker with the pros in World Series of Poker. So I watched that, and then I was like, I wonder if there's any other poker I can watch. And so I went on, my Apple TV, and I searched for poker, and there was like a ton you could watch from the World Poker Tour on this new app, Tubi. It was new to me, so I downloaded it, and it has ads, but you can watch all of these final tables from the last like 8 years of the World Poker Tour with just tons to watch.
Huh.
So I'll focus on one that I came across that I think was really fun and interesting to watch, and for all I know, it might be on YouTube, so let's just go there and see if I can find it. But it was a celebrity poker match between six celebrities playing for charity, and that was, let's see, World Poker Tour celebrity, and it was right after COVID had started. And let's see, no, we got to do. I'll put some of the names in there. So it had it had John Hamm.
Whoa. What year?
Oh, no, I'm not going to find it on here. So I guess I'm gonna point people to Tubi. So why don't I go ahead and let's see. Did I download Tubi on here?
Tubi. It's like a YouTube alternate to YouTube.
No, it's a content.
Oh.
It's got movies and things like that. So here it is, Poker Tour specials, and
So
we
it's
might
like
get some,
Hulu. It's like
yeah, sure. It's like Hulu. It's like any of the other aggregators of content, streaming content. I don't think they make anything original, but let's see.
I had this straight on the flop, my friend.
Wow.
Oh, now you're friends.
Back to back. Big hands for Jason Alexander.
Pau Gasol, Kevin
Sorry,
Pollak,
so
and Jason Alexander. Oh, those are the 4 people playing?
No, they actually had at one point 6 people. They have Kelly Slater.
Yeah.
The surfer.
The surfer, and then celebrity chef Jose Andres.
Okay.
Yeah, so Kevin Pollak, Jason Alexander, and John Hamm are the most. Well, Kelly Slater's pretty famous, but Kevin
Pau
Pollak.
Gasol's famous.
Fair enough. I didn't know who Jose Andres was, but he's.
I don't know who Jose Andres is either.
Anyway, so yeah, you got those 3, and when you get to the end, it comes down to just those 3.
That is such a weird movie.
Yes.
And the banter that they have, apparently they've played poker together many times. They have like a recurring game. And they're all pretty good. Like listening to them, they can read each other like really well. Like they put each other on hands and they're just like, oh, that king 6, or that king 7, that's like, they just know. It's like by how you bet before the flop, how you bet after the flop, how you check on the turn. They just like, they can read each other like books.
Really?
And it's super fun, the banter. They all do a Richard Kind impression at one point. And they share this really fun little insider story about how back in 1989, Jason Alexander had been cast as the other attorney working with Tom Cruise in A Few Good Men. And but he had also just started Seinfeld, and they'd only done like 4 episodes had aired. They'd done 1 season. So there was a possibility it would get picked up again. He wouldn't be able to do it. And so the people called Kevin Pollak and were like, hey, there's this role. We'd love to have you in it if Jason Alexander isn't able to do it. And so Kevin is just like, says he was just like praying. He's just like, please bring Jason some success on that show. I hope they get picked up. And, clearly, that certainly gave a big boost to his career, made him a lot more prominently known, Kevin Pollak. But can highly recommend it. They're all a ton of fun, and they're all very good. And which of these 3 would you guess would win? Just throw it out.
Maybe
there.
Kevin Pollak.
Nope, he didn't win. Nope.
Okay. Well, do you think it's possible to guess, to kind of measure up who you think these people are and then guess who wins?
Yeah, well, the Kevin Pollak is very like he's much more. I didn't actually know he does. I think he does stand-up comedy too. And so he's very energetic in there. He's like chatting people up most of the time. John Hamm is very conversational. Jason is pretty quiet, actually. He's not like like big and loud or whatever. But
he's not like George Costanza.
No, and he does end up winning in the end.
Oh, good for him.
So I guess I'm telling people if you are interested in watching poker or celebrity poker in particular. I don't know if there's a lot more celebrity poker besides that one, because it's a special. It's not even like a normal one. But download Tubi, I guess. And
that's a very kind of cool recommendation, Daniel. Out of the blue, I never would have thought you would have shared something like this. And right. I don't play poker, but I know people who love it and play it really and are passionate about it. And I think it does seem like something I could get into to watching a little bit of. I expect, but it might be tough. I could imagine it being a challenge for me to kind of capture the drama really, like you're describing.
It's
I don't know how I would
so
tell if they're reading
dramatic.
each other.
It's so
Yeah.
dramatic because as soon as you know just a little bit about like poker and like the mechanics and the math that goes on, but then also the psychology is much easier to see when you're watching a match and you can see that somebody's got like pocket aces, and then you see like how they behave and how they bet. You start to like pick up on the like, oh, there's the strategy there, and if you're on the button, that's a term for like if you're the last person to bet at the table, then it gives you a certain amount of power. And so like if it comes around to you and nobody's bet and you're on the button, then you can bet, showing that you have something even if you don't. So there's power in your placement at the table. There's power in cards before the flop, and then post flop, they won't have the same power. I could see you enjoying it. There's a lot of strategy there and nuance, human drama.
Yeah. And especially if you feel like over time you get to know the personality of the players.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. They break up the final table viewing into like 3 different episodes that are like half an hour long each. And in those, you watch them play a bunch of hands. You watch, people go out successively until there's just 2 people left. And the thing is, it's like they always end on like these big what ifs, because they always have to end with somebody going all in.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to lose all their chips in a tournament. So that one person ends up with all the chips.
Okay.
And so in order
people like get kind of
at some point, somebody just has to make a big gamble. They're like, oh, I've got a short stack against this large stack here. Or sometimes it's, they're evenly matched, but typically it's like there's a bigger stack and someone has less chips, and that person with less chips goes, this is probably the best hand I'm going to get for a while. And so they go all in. Either because the other person has already bet them their full stack and they have to call, or they just decide to go on. Anyway, it's a bit of drama. It's fun.
There's all these terms that you have to learn: call and check and bet and all this the dynamic. It does seem like a lot to learn as a non-poker player. And
just watch Casino Royale again.
Yeah.
And
I think that even as someone who doesn't appreciate poker, I think that movies. I don't think that movies are the right place to go to try to understand poker.
Well,
in fact, it's funny because you doing this whole explanation about poker has changed what I'm doing for my art section.
Oh, okay. What are you doing?
Well, what were you about to say?
I was going to say I watched another movie that is a poker movie
Okay.
that I won't review.
The Card Counter.
The Card Counter.
Yeah, right.
But this one does do a kind of a decent job of laying out like the math in like a really interesting way. Yeah.
I think though, a movie that's dedicated to poker might do a good job. Some movies just have poker in it, and the way that they show it, or they make it seem like it doesn't really reflect the way poker is played on the day-to-day basis. Like people aren't always getting full houses.
Yeah. Well, David, tell us what you were going to do.
Well,
going to do.
It's a kind of an analog that matches with what you've just described, because we got to go back to YouTube. For me, it's also a kind of a sport kind of a thing that is esoteric and needs someone's. You need to be kind of handheld kind of and introduced to. For me, I'm like over the years, and it started back with my roommate.
Beheld.
I'm a fan. What's that?
Beheld. There you go. There's your beheld right there. You need to be held.
Yeah, I need to be held. Daniel.
Sorry, go on.
I became a fan of tennis, watching tennis. Playing tennis is great too, but watching tennis back when I had a roommate, and he would watch tennis, and I would walk by with my eyes glazed at the idea of watching a ball bouncing back. But once you kind of get the proper introduction from someone who can explain the drama, just like you're kind of describing with poker.
Yeah,
I think you can quickly anyone can get swept up, and it's also, tennis is weird because they have the rules that are the way that points accumulate is not necessarily what you would expect, and you have to learn how it's depicted on the screen, and every new channel depicts the scoreboard a little differently, and you have to kind of adjust. And if you're not familiar with it, you need some kind of education. So for fun, I've been in YouTube. Well, I guess I should say this happened back in the day. My roommate introduced me to tennis with an Andre Agassi and a Marcos Baghdatis match at, I think it is in the U.S. Open, that 2006 match. And he's just like, hey, this is going to be a great match. We watched it live in 2006. He's like, Andre Agassi. And so now
it's hard to believe.
And here's, I guess,
about to start a fifth set.
And since then, I've been a fan of tennis, and I've just enjoyed watching it. And it's hard to be a fan sometimes because the matches take place all across the world, and if you want to watch it live, you have to wake up at 2 a.m. sometimes to watch. But it's one of the most fun things for me to do is to sit down in front of a tennis match, especially if you know a little bit about the people playing. And like you're saying, once you get to know the personality, you know how they handle adversity and when they are taking risk or willing to take risk. And this match happens to be a very young player, Marcos Baghdatis. He's a Cypriot, a Greek Cypriot tennis player, playing Andre Agassi. Baghdatis is young, and he's kind of in the young part of his career, but going up against the Andre Agassi, a champion, but older and kind of in the winter of his career. Mm-hmm. So to see this Andre Agassi, such a personality at the end of his career, playing his heart out in what ends up being like a 4-hour tennis match, and the drama just builds and builds. And as you're watching it live, it just it's so fun to see all of the drama. Each point is an opportunity for the match to change direction and for the underdog to come back, and there's so much psychology and fun in it, and so
it's like poker. It's like poker with rackets.
It's like poker with rackets. Yeah. A lot of people compare it, like make analogies. Yeah, people say it's like boxing. It's like boxing at 80 feet, or it's like poker with rackets. But maybe that's true, and there's analogs to poker. But so lately, in the last few years, or in the last few months, I've found on YouTube you can just find old matches, entire matches. You can just sit and watch a 4-hour tennis match, and often I don't know who wins these old. These old. You can find like Arthur Ashe playing John McEnroe, and you can just sit and watch. And all these years we've heard about these amazing players. I've heard commentators refer to the greats over the years, but I've never seen them play. And now on YouTube, you can just go back and watch these players, get to know them, and you really can learn about people when you're watching them do a really challenging thing like play tennis.
Well, and it sounds like you're saying, a fun part of that is that if it's a really old, match, you will have not, you don't have all of the stats at your command. And so you can watch this match knowing like, okay, these are both greats. They both won acclaim at different times, but maybe you have no idea who's going to win it. Is
right.
That what, yeah.
And so you don't. And
it's fun.
And also the commentators are also, you often have commentators in your ear, while you're watching, and they don't know the future either. They don't know that, that this is the last match that Andre Agassi ever played. I think this might have been right before he retired. Maybe they knew it, but but they are still talking about him and his greatness. They don't know who wins though, and it's always fun to hear them talk about. Roger Federer, of course, has become the greatest, perhaps, tennis player of all time, and you can go and watch the first tennis match he ever played at Wimbledon, and they're talking about him like he's this new nobody kind of, and they're like, oh, Pete Sampras is gonna just stomp this guy, and then they watch the match happen, and it's just fun to hear commentators who are so well informed on the subject at hand, but they don't know the future like we do.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's great. That's kind of a different take for our art section this week, and that's fun. It's fun to change it up sometimes. Yeah. Well, we'll wrap it up there, and we'll say thank you for listening, thank you for watching, for streaming us, and subscribe to us on YouTube or Twitch so you get informed when we go live. which we tend to do every first and third Thursdays of the month at 5:30 Mountain Time ish.
Yeah. Also, Daniel's on Instagram and I'm on Twitter with it, so you can follow us there.
You can tweet at David, or you can slide into my DMs on Instagram.
Yeah, and
we'll have Fenspen on later.
yeah,
maybe
Fenspen. We'll make an arrangement
next time. This is our second one of this month, so probably not again till the first Thursday in January. And
so yeah, Happy New Year to everybody.
Indeed, we'll see you. I'll see
Happy
you next year.
solstice. We're getting close.
I'll see you sooner, thankfully.
Thankfully, indeed.
Yeah, indeed. Thanks to producer Sam again, and to Salt Studios. And David, you got anything to close with?
I've got nothing.
Okay. That's a pretty good place to stop recording.